Good evening, everyone. My name is Anjali Singh, and I'm joined by my colleague Mukund Parashar. And today we have gathered here to clear all your doubts about SNAP exam preparation. This is going to be a very insightful session for all the aspirants, and we encourage you all to note down the important points as per your convenience. Ladies and gentlemen, please fasten your seatbelts to witness the 32-year-old legacy of producing industry leaders and proving our mettle time and again here at Symbiosis Institute of International Business, Pune. So as we start with this SNAP exam preparation, let's dive into the details of structure and strategies of the exam. So the exam is broadly divided into three categories. That is quantitative aptitude for 20 marks, general English for 15 marks, and logical reasoning for 25 marks. Let's get into the details of the examination. So as you know, the exam is for 1 hour and the exam is for 60 marks. And for each correct answer, you are awarded 1 marks. For each wrong answer, 0.05 mark is deducted from the right answers. There is no negative marking for unattempted questions, and there are no sectional limit as well. Moving on.
I will now be briefing you about the Symbiosis Institute of International Business's history. So the story starts in the year 1992, 32 years ago, when the SIFT was established, which stands for Symbiosis Institute of International Business. In 2001, the SIFT was named as the Symbiosis Institute of International Business. 3 years later, in 2004, MBA in Agribusiness was launched. As you all must be aware, almost 60 to 65% of India's population directly or indirectly depends on agriculture for their livelihood. So there's a huge demand of professionals in this particular field. Now, thank the government to create the needs of the industry this was launched. In 2009, SIIB launched its MBA in Energy and Environment. Just a year later, in 2010, SIIB shifted to its new campus, which has its own state-of-the-art infrastructure. And it's the campus from where we are hosting this webinar. In 2024, MBA in Energy and Environment was renamed as the MBA in Sustainability Management. Currently, programs offered at SIIB are MBA in International Business, MBA in Agribusiness, and MBA in Sustainability Management, previously known as MBA in Energy and Environment.
The courses offered under International Business are Global Business Environment, International Commercial Law, Export-Import Management, Trade Finance and Forest Risk Management, Corporate Governance and Ethics, Business Statistics, and many more. The outstanding placements under MBA in International Business are as follows. The summer internship highest stipend stands at whooping 1,65,000 for the last year. The average stipend as 40,413 and the median stipend as 22,000. The final placements are also there. 24.6 LPA is the highest package and average package standard at 13.51 LPA. Moving on to MBA in Agribusiness, the courses offered here are Rural Marketing, Agriculture Finance, Agri-Input Marketing, Agri-Supply Chain Management, and many more. The placements for the same are as follows. The summer internship for MBA Agribusiness stands as highest to be 77,000, average stipend to be 39,642, medium to be 33,000, and the final placements are highest package at 16.18 LPA, average at 10.04 LPA, and median as followed 10.33 LPA. Moving on to MBA in Sustainability Management, the courses offered here are Sustainability Standards, Applications, Analysis and Reporting, Environment Management Systems and Audits, ESG and Sustainable Finance, Industrial Safety and Health Management, and much more. The placements for the same MBA Sustainability Management stands as follows. Summer internship, highest stipend was 55,000 last year. The average stipend stands as 38,133, and the final placement stands at highest package being 15.95 LPA with average of 11.81 LPA and medium of 11.23 LPA.
As SIIB is an institute that specializes in international business, we try our best to provide our students with all the necessary international exposure as best as we possibly can. For example, we have partnered with the Leeds Beckett University, which is based in West Yorkshire, England. In 2018, SIIB started the semester exchange program with Leeds Beckett University, in which gifted students would get to spend one semester from March to July at the Leeds Beckett University in England. Another example would be the University of British Columbia, which is based in Canada. It is one of the world's leading universities. The university provides an exceptional learning and environment which fosters innovation and growth. In 2019, SIIB partnered with UBC to launch its Vancouver Summer Exchange program, in which the students get to visit the university to get an exposure to the culture and management practices in Canada. This helps them earn fully international. The industry collaborations at SIIB are a lot. For example, we have partnered with SAP University Alliances. SAP stands for System Analysis and Data Processing. The University Alliances is that SAP provides a service known as Enterprise Resource Planning, and it has partnered with universities all across the globe, and SIIB is part of them. We have also partnered with the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, which in 2022, SIIB emerged as the knowledge partner for the roundtable discussion on accelerating climate action in the automotive sector. Another example would be Bloomberg. So for all of the finance enthusiasts who are out there, Bloomberg is a terminal that provides you with the real-time data of stock exchanges all around the world, allowing you to to, uh, to conduct necessary financial analysis on companies' of choice. Market-based simulations is an intensive web-based learning platform using education and corporate training to simulate real-world market environments. Brand Thornton, with Brand Thornton, we have partnered with access to actually Six Sigma methodologies, which allows us to improve our efficiencies, improve our business's efficiencies and management practices. These are some of our recruiters in MBA in international business. Here, you will see the big giants of the industry, the juggernauts, the mammoths of the industry, such as Accenture, Deloitte, Access Bank, CRISIL, Cummins, KPMG, among many, many others. These are some of our more recruiters for the international business coach. Again, these are all companies that you heard in passing daily. These are some of the big names of the industry. You'll see Zomato, PwC, TVS, Michael Page, Nestle, Schindler, among many, many others. For the recruiters in MBA Agribusiness course, we have ITC, Syngenta, Infosys, Cargill, Avanti Finance, Crystal, Microsafe Consulting, Diversity, NCCF, Organo, among many others. So you will see that we have a whole plethora of recruiters, and these are all big names in the industry. For MBA in sustainability management, my point still stands. These are all of the biggest names in the industry. We have PwC, KPMG, CRISIL, which is a communicating company, Infosys, Bisalcon, and Accenture.
So we had a whole lot of information about the college and the placement. Now let's move on to the most important aspect of the college, that is infrastructure. So you can see in the pictures also we have a state-of-the-art Wi-Fi enabled campus. We have a Bloomberg terminal as discussed by Mukund, a well-equipped computer lab, a comprehensive knowledge center. A campus is equipped with facilities such as swimming pool, gymnasium, and auditorium. A large collection of books, journals, and magazines is in their library, and a well-maintained sports arena is also there. Moving on to the big concepts. Herein, we will discuss a lot of concepts that are followed at SIIB religiously. First of all, we talk about Coursera and the SWAYAM courses. So to add value to our courses, we are here with a lot of Coursera courses for each specialization, and we are given time to complete them, and we add value to our courses through them. And of course, there are mandatory SWAYAM courses by Government of India as well. We follow that too. Moving on to the life projects, life project is a very integral part of our curriculum, wherein every subject almost faculty gives us a life project wherein the student gets a real time industry experience, and we submit the report and we get the grades accordingly. There is a very unique program to our college, that is mentor mentee program, wherein we are allotted a mentor, which is a faculty that is there for us for 2 years, and they mentor through all our journey, and we can go to them for any of our doubts, any confusion, or anything that we're missing out in our college or in campus. There are a lot of value added courses also, and not to be missed out upon the workshop and the grooming sessions, wherein a lot of guest lectures are provided. A lot of people visit, wherein there are IS officers, there are retired army officers, and there are many industry leaders as well who groom us and who take us to the tour of how industry works. The Bloomberg is vividly described by Mukul, so I would not be going on to that. Moving on to the next concept, which is the alumni mentorship session. This session was also mentioned in the previous slide, but I would like to elaborate it here. So in alumni mentoring session, we are allotted a alumni of ours. We connect to them and they guide us throughout our journey. They guide us about their experience and how we can improvise in our college life and how we can get to a stature where we aim for. So we have continuous alumni mentorship sessions. Each student is given an alumni network and we can connect to them. They are very helpful, and they're also helpful in building our careers. Moving on to the next. Here are some of the illustrious alumni. To be named some, there is Mr. Naveen Chandani from Pine Labs India, President Issuing Business. He's from the batch of 97. Miss Gautami Dalal, she's from the batch of 94. Mr. Harmanpreet Oberoi, he's from the batch of 2012. So we have a pool of 5,000 plus alumni network, and we are here to build upon the same. There are many more mentors as well, like Mr. Ranjit Kompi, Ms. Aarti Narayanan, Mr. Aditya Bhagat, Ms. Rasika Rana, and many more that we cannot even accommodate in just 2 slides.
So, if you're wondering what the campus life at SIIB looks like, let me tell you, it is going to be very hectic. You're going to be tired at the end of the day, but trust me, you are going to enjoy every moment of it. And we are going to make sure that it is worth it while. The entire campus is student-driven through various bodies and clubs, some of which are corporate relations team. This team in particular handles everything related to your placements. The alumni relations committee handles everything related to alumni. They make sure that the college remains in contact with the alumni, and any kind of interaction that the students might need with the alumni, the ART helps us with them. The Public Relations and Media Committee handles all the socials at SIIB, and the Admissions Committee handles everything related to admissions and the GEPI processes that you all will be going through after this last examination. These are some of the committees at SIIB. The first one is the Student Activity Committee. They conduct all the important functions which make our college life more fun. For example, recently the function on Janmashtami was conducted with the student activity. The Social Responsibility Committee, known as SHIPIDS, also helps us in social welfare. The Sports Committee is responsible for all of the sports enthusiasts who want to take part in athletics, cricket tournaments, football tournaments, etc. The entrepreneurship cell fosters entrepreneurship ideas and provides a platform to students to discuss and to emerge with new business strategies that will help them in the business world. These are some of the clubs at ECIB. So, if you're a dance enthusiast, a music maniac, a finance fiend, or a marketing wizard, ECIB has it all covered for you. With a different cohort of individuals, we make sure that we provide you with the right exposure of the like-minded people so that you can foster your abilities and hobbies and interests. Here we have the International Business Club, the Finance Club known as FinEquity, the Marketing Club known as Marketing, the HR Club known as HR Connect, the Theatre Club known as Vision, Supply Chain Club known as Arahan, the Energy and Environment Club, Agri Business Club, and the music club known as Live, and the dance club known as IDs. So if you're wondering, India life is very hectic, how am I going to get time to make sure that my hobbies are well nurtured? Fear not, we have got it covered for you. These are some of the key activities at SIIB. You can see here theatre act performed by the Christian, which is the theatre club, the band mismatch activity, Marketing, Marketing Club, Finance Lab, Finance Equity, Finance Club, and everyone which is the supply chain. Next, we have the events at SIIB. So, let me tell you that life at SIIB is very eventful. You will be all of these events have the involvement of students, and students are required to take part in them. For example, Foundation Day, Enercon, which is the annual flagship fest of the Energy Department, the annual flagship fest of the Agricultural Department, known as Agri Summit, Leadership Series, which in which the institution celebrated and discussed the idea of India, of Bharat, going from Vikassheel to Viksit Bharat, as we celebrate 100 years of independence in the year 2047. The event was attended by big names in the industry, and students had the chance to interact with them, giving deep, meaningful insights into the country and business world. And the Smriti, which is the annual alumni gathering, which was attended by the batch this year of 1993 to 95, 2002 and 2004, and 2012 to 2015. Really a magical experience as all the alumni got to relive their college days in a display of bittersweet nostalgia. And at the last, we have Innocence, which is the most awaited event of SIIB because this is the cultural fest. This is the bonanza of where we get to showcase our talents. There's dance nights, there's music, there's food, and plus these are going to be some of the best days at the college.
Lastly,
Lastly, you might connect with us on Instagram at siib.admissions, siib.pune, our Facebook page who has connected with SIIB, and on LinkedIn, Symbiosis Institute of International Business. Or you may simply visit our website at www.siib.ac.in. You can also connect with us through our WhatsApp group and our Telegram group. You can scan these QR codes to join, and if you have any query, feel free to please ask us on these particular groups.
Thank you so much, Mongan. It is always a pleasure to celebrate and share the incredible journey of SIIB with aspirants. I believe it's time to open the floor for the discussion with all our esteemed toppers. Mugan, over to you.
Thank you so much, Anjali. The joy is mine. Welcome on board with us, Sanket, Dhruvang, Bharat, Givanshi, and Neha. It's a pleasure for us all to have you here. I now request the speakers to kindly introduce themselves, post which we'll be starting with the discussion.
hi guys, I am Sanket Timane. I am an engineer and have more than 1 year experience at IT firm. I am a first year student here at SIIB and looking forward to have a great conversation with you.
Hello everyone, my name is Devanshi Agrawal and I am a bachelor's in economics and sociology from Delhi University. I'm currently pursuing MBA in international business from SIIB. Looking forward to connect with you all.
Hello everyone, Dhruvang Desai this side, mechanical engineer with over a year of work ex in manufacturing firm, currently pursuing international business at SIB.
Hello everyone, Neha this side. I'm currently pursuing my MBA in Agribusiness at SIIB and I did my graduation in agriculture. So looking forward to have a great conversation with you.
Hello everyone, a very good evening. My name is Varad. I'm from Pune and I did my BTech in robotics and automation. Post which I spent 2 years in an oil and gas firm, and I'm pursuing my MBA here at SIB in sustainability management.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Varad, Devanshi, Neha, Sanket, and Dhruvang for your brief introduction. Now, there are a lot of questions I can see in the comment box, but before diving into the questions, I would like to ask that why Snap, and what was in your mind when you were applying to Snap, and what was the strategy that you had followed from the very beginning to crack this exam? Any one of you, if you would like to take this question.
Right, Anjali. So I'll take that question. So all the applicants that are here, I'm pretty sure you must have been preparing for the past few months for a bunch of management exams. So in terms of syllabus, SNAP doesn't really differ in any sense, but the way the exam is designed is quite student friendly. Given that you get 3 attempts and the number of questions, it being only just 1 hour and just 60 questions, and the level of difficulty of questions makes SNAP a very student friendly exam. I'm not saying that it's easy, but it is designed in a sense that it allows an applicant to perform their best and gives them three chances, and is designed in a way that the best of your abilities are judged. Yeah. So that was one of the reasons why I took the SNAP exam.
Thank you so much, Bharat, for your vivid description. So here I can see a question that both freshers and aspirants can apply for this exam. Sorry if I have missed any question. I'll cover all of that. But if WorkX people can answer it and freshers can also take up this question, so I would like to have answers
Yeah,
from both of you.
yeah, I would like to take up that question. So yeah, there is no certain requirement as to what amount of WorkX you require, or are you a fresh or not. I'll be very clear. Freshers are also as eligible as any WorkX candidate, being the WorkX of 1 year, 2 year, or 3 years. There is no particular as to eligibility, eligible or non eligible for the aspirants. So yeah, WorkX and freshers both are equally eligible at SIIB.
Thank you, Durvang. So anybody who's a fresher in the panel and who can take up this question, that what are their doubts, what they were feeling when they were applying for the exam as a fresher?
So hello everyone, I am a fresher. So yeah, when applying for an MBA, it occurs for everyone that whether we should do an MBA or not, because we are competing with the work ex people. But when you enter a college, everyone is equal in the eyes of college. You will get all the opportunities which a work experience person is also getting. So don't worry, you can also apply for the college, and both freshers and work experience are allowed.
Thank you so much, Devanshi. So I think we have cleared on this question that if work experience people can apply or if freshers can apply, SIB opens doors for every student. You just have to have good snap score and a good profile, of course. So moving on to next question, there is a question that what is the safe cutoff to get into SIB? So is there any safe cutoff to get into SIB, or it is something else?
Yeah, so there is no such thing as safe cutoff. It all depends on the number of candidates that appear for the exam and the level of difficulty. So it really changes year to year. So for to being on the safer side for SIB, it's better to score more than 90 percentile.
Okay. So we are saying that there is no specific cutoff, but the cutoff changes every year. So whosoever is watching this, please make note of it that there is no fixed cutoff. The cutoff varies according to the number of aspirants and the level of difficulty of the examination. That is all I can get from Sanket. So moving on to our next question. Thank you, Sanket. Are there any sectional cutoff? I have answered this question in my PPT also, but if somebody else can make us understand more about the sectional cutoff, the sections and everything, anybody, please?
Yeah, so there is no sectional cutoff for any of the section. That means for any of the three sections. But if you want to score more in the exam, so try to maximize scores in each of the section.
Well said, Sanket. Thank you for the input. Yes, safe cutoff for agribusiness. So agribusiness have any safe cutoff? What is the safe cutoff for agribusiness to get into SIB? Bharat, please, or Neha, you can answer this.
Yeah, as an agribusiness student, I would say that there is no as such safe cutoff. Like previously mentioned, somewhere around 90 or 92 will be a great percentile to get into it. So yes, cutoff changes every year depending upon the examination, the amount of students giving the exam, the level of toughness. So yes, just somewhere around 90, 92 would be great. Yes.
That's great. That's great. Thank you, Neha. So here we can see that for agribusiness also you need to stay safe, have a safe score. So moving on to the next question, do we need a minimum cutoff to be eligible for the other rounds of the SIB? Is there any minimum cutoff to be there to be eligible for other rounds? Anyone to take up this question?
Okay, yeah, I will take up that question. So you need to, like we said, there is no proper cutoff, decided permanent cutoff. It is decided by the difficulty level of the paper and the people who are giving it. Accordingly, if you will able to clear the cutoff, you will be eligible for the further round, which is the GEPI round. That means group exercise and personal interview round.
Thank you so much, Devanshi, for answering the question. But one of the most basic questions that everyone asks for that pops up in every aspirant's mind is that now that I've decided a percentile that I need to target, how do I actually get to that percentile? What is it that I need to do in order to obtain that particular percentile to get into my dream B school? So, what were your preparation strategies, and what do you suggest an aspirant must do in this particular phase of the MBA cycle?
So I'll begin with the answer first. So see, basically it depends on where you are at this particular moment of your strategy. If you are going through multiple exams already, then you would have realized that you would be getting a couple of exams by the end of the November, followed by 3 attempts of snap in December. I personally had the same configuration of examination. So what I personally did was I went off for two institutions mock test and followed by 6 mocks of each institution. So a cumulative of 12 mocks, and at the same time going through each and every mistakes of mine, which in end gave me the boost to score a 99 percentile, and which somehow ended me at a decent college SIIB.
I'll just add up to Dhruvang here. Just be clear with your concepts and basics within the first 2 or 3 months, then go for the mocks. And please analyze your mocks. That is very important to do. So, yes.
So the bottom line here is that mocks are very important and you need to be very analytical with how you go about analyzing them. Thank you so much, Neha, for answering that question. One of the questions that I'm getting in the chat box is that how did you decide on the best sequence for attempting questions to maximize both accuracy and speed? We all are aware that SNAP is a speed-based examination. You need to solve 60 questions in 60 minutes. So you need to be able to find the right balance between speed and accuracy. So how do you go about achieving that particular thing?
Right, Mukund, so I can take that one. So yeah, very well put. I think the two factors that determine the maximizing of your score is how quickly you can solve them and how correctly you can solve them. I think it just boils down to how many mocks you give. As for deciding on the sequence, I think it's very subjective and it depends from person to person. So just give mocks and do a permutation combination of these sections with every mock that you give and see in which mock you're scoring best. Personally, for me, in general English was an easier section, so I went with that first, followed by quants and then LR. Try and finish general English within maybe say 8 to 10 minutes, and your quant in say 20 minutes, and the remaining time for LR is like bonus for you. So it depends from person to person. Give as many mocks as possible and see what suits best for you.
Thank you so much, Bharat. One question that I'm getting in the chat box is that why did you choose SNAP over other examinations? What is it in particular that drove you towards attempting SNAP, and what was your particular thing in mind that made you drive towards it?
Right. Maybe to just reiterate what I said at the start that SNAP is a very student-friendly exam. You get 3 attempts, whereas other exams are quite lengthy and you only have 1 attempt. So you see, apart from your preparation, a lot of things boil down to the mindset and the things that happen on the D-Day, right? So say for any unfortunate reason you're not at your best on the D-Day, it's sort of like all your months of preparation is gone waste, right? Whereas Snap allows you to attempt 3 times, so every time you sort of get a better feel for the exam, and maybe for by the third time you're at your best, right? Yeah.
Thank you so much, Varun. Another question in the chat box is that does SNAP official mock resemble actual SNAP exam in terms of difficulty?
Yeah, no, as it's already mentioned, it's the official mock, so it has to be resemble with the actual mock exam. So if you want to check your level and the how much prepared you are with the exam, so it's very good to have an attempt with that.
Thank you so much, Sanket. Now, there are many aspirants who are preparing for MBA entrance exams, and many of them also have taken drop years. So, what do you think that how much do drop years actually matter? And for example, if a candidate has 2 to 3 or even 4 years of gap years, how much does it actually matter in the whole process? What is your experience on it?
So I would like to take up that question. There are two basic things. First thing, for the time being, what is done is done. I think an individual should focus on maximizing its score. And when it comes to post process of examinations, that is the GE pre-guy process. That is when you should be able to convince the interviewer that the 3 years of gap were eventually something that made you a better human or a better student with respect to the institution that you are looking?
So as a student with gap of 2 years after 12th, I'll say that it doesn't depends upon gap year. If you are well prepared for the examination and your reason why there is a gap year, then it's no problem.
Okay, so to conclude what Dhruvang and Neha have mentioned, what actually matters is that how do you go about giving a valid response to as to why you had to take that drop year, and what is it that actually that you learned in those particular drop years. So that is what actually matters, and how you handle the interview questions is also very important. Thank you so much, Neha. Yash is asking, does Symbiosis consider candidate with second or third attempt of SNAP?
Yeah, I will take that. Yes, Symbiosis give you the opportunity to give all the three attempts, and your best attempts will be calculated. Like your best attempt, percentile will be calculated on your best attempt, so you are eligible to give all the three attempts. And it is advisable to give at least two attempts so that you can get more good marks and clarity.
Thank you so much, Devanshi. Srujan in the chat is asking, as an agricultural student, I am weak in quants. Can you suggest some important topics from quant that I should be preparing to ace the SNAP examination?
Sure. Just some of the important topics I would say are percentages, profit and loss. Yeah, like related to these topics only, be clear with your concepts and basics. Do your arithmetic well, because these are some of the arithmetic is a section where you can score high if you are clear with the basics. So be ready with your arithmetic, and rest all just give a quick look over. If you are not that sure about it, arithmetic would be a plus point for you surely if you're not strong in cons.
Adding to the Neha's point, just don't miss out on arithmetic and algebra. So when you are well prepared for this topic, it will give you a competitive edge when compared to other candidates. So yeah, prepare well for the exam.
Thank you so much, Sanket and Neha. Another important question that aspirants have is that, like for many other examinations which provide with multiple attempts, there's a thing in which the scores of the aspirants get normalized. So, is there any such provision in SNAP, or does it work differently?
No, in Snap, the score doesn't get normalized. So the slot wise score will be calculated, will be considered. So if you are given three slots, and in, let's say example, in slot three, you have scored maximum. So the scores that will be considered will be the score of the slot three.
Thank you so much, Sanket. Anushka in the chat is asking, if I run out of time, should I guess the remaining answers or leave them unattempted?
So I'll take that one. Like I was saying earlier that the two factors for maximizing your snap score is speed and accuracy. But if I had to pick one, I would pick accuracy. Actually, it's quite subjective as to if you should do guesswork or not, unless, I mean, if you've done extremely well and you've say you've attempted out of 60, you're sure that you've attempted a healthy 40 to 45 questions correct, and then there are just like maybe two or three questions that you feel like are on the edge and you may or may not wanna, it's too like you can just maybe eliminate some of the options and guess, then it's fine. But say you've done like 30-35 questions and you have just 5 minutes remaining, then I do not suggest that you do any guesswork. I'd rather spend the remaining time going through all the remaining questions very quickly and attempting those, say, in like 10 seconds or so. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Varun. Another doubt that aspirants have is that as you move towards more number of attempts in the SNAP examination, the level of difficulty actually increases. So, what do you have to say about that? And would you say that there is actually truth to that myth, or is it just actually false information that floats around?
No, no, yeah, definitely, Mukund. It is just a false information that floats around. All the questions in all the three attempts have a same level of difficulties, and yeah, I would definitely suggest you to give all the three attempts so that you can maximize your.
Thank you so much, Dhruvang. Tejveer is asking, is there negative marking for an incorrect answer? Is there a general knowledge section in SNAP?
So I will take that. Yeah. For every negative answer, you will be subtracted by 0.25, and for every correct answer, you will be get +1. And yeah,
Thank you so much, Devanshi, for giving such a concise and accurate answer. Anushka is asking, what are the minimum marks in graduation for SNAP? Does it have a particular eligibility criteria that you need to be that you need to obtain at least these particular marks in graduation to be eligible for SNAP or SIIB? So would you please shed light on that?
Yeah, so I can take that one. So to put it very simply, there are two aspects that you're judged on, right? One is your academics, which is basically the exam, and everything else like your profile, your work experience, your gap year, your scores, all of that will become a part of the GEPI round, right? So it does matter, but the way it is, judged or taken into account, the weightage these things have, that is not publicly made available, right? So you can just, put it under the umbrella of your GPI round. Um, uh, from a personal opinion, I'd say that don't focus on that. To have um, what you have right now in hand is the SNAP uh, exam. Just try and maximize that because what's gone in the past is done, right? Yeah.
Thank you so much, Varun. One of the aspirants is asking, what do I do after actually clearing SNAP? What is it that I need to do to prepare for the GEPI processes? And what is it that the interviewers expect from me as an MBA aspirant at SIIB?
For the time being, I would suggest you to definitely focus on your snap preparations and snap preparations only. GPI process is something that might start in the end of January. So for the time being, as an aspirant, your aim should be to maximize your score in snap. And with regards to that, you should fill out all the necessary forms of colleges that are required to be filled out before the date of expiry. So yeah, these are the only two things that you should currently focus on.
Thank you so much, Rumang. So the bottom line is control what is in your hand currently, focus on maximizing your SNAP score. And in the 2 months of gap we have between the SNAP examination and the GEPI process, that is when you prepare for GDPI processes. So Ria in the chat is asking, does SIIB Pune have a benefit in terms of cutoff for SC category?
Yeah, for that, you should check with the admissions team at SIIB. They will be in better position to answer that question.
Thank you so much, Sanket. Dhruv in the chat is asking, how do you suggest we should prepare for vocabulary questions in SNAP? And what particular strategy did you use for your SNAP?
I'll take that one. So spend at least half an hour to 45 minutes of reading on a daily basis. I think the best thing to do is just read the newspaper every day. Pick good newspapers like the Hindu or Mint or Economic Times. And words that you find hard or do not understand or don't know the meaning of, make a note of them. And just understand the meaning. And make like an Excel sheet or a workbook where you're noting down these words and just go through them over and over again. One good source that I can suggest is Aeon Magazine. That's an online uh, magazine publication where they have good articles that are published and they're quite intellectual in nature. So the vocabulary used there is a little hard. So maybe the array of words get used, so you can just it's better.
So just adding on to Varad here, give mocks, analyze your mocks. So that way you can know where you are weak and whether you are improving or not. That is very important. Give mocks daily for and within 15 minutes. That is the max you can allot for mocks in the examination. So within 15 minutes, try to do as much questions as possible also.
Thank you, Neha. Thank you, Varat, for your insights. Now it's very clear that mocks are really very important and keep a timer upon yourself. Time what you do. That way you can complete your mock in an hour and you can see that maximum number of questions you are able to do in an hour. So moving on to the next question, which is how to manage stress on the detail. So how you toppers really manage the stress of scoring such a high mark. So any one of you who would like to take up this question, please.
so yeah, I will take that. So on D-Day, first of all, be relaxed, be calm, and take a proper sleep and eat healthy food. No need to worry about anything. Don't try new things. Whatever you have studied, just stick to that, work with your strengths, play with your strengths. That's it. It's easy. You will be able to crack it.
Great advice, Devanshi. Thank you so much. I know it's easier said than done. It's very, very difficult to sleep on the day of the exam, but still, if you are preparing from now on, you will be able to sleep on the day of the exam very well. So, moving on to the next question, which is, are there any sectional cutoffs? We have cleared it already that there are no sectional cutoffs as such. Now, moving on to next question, which is, are the scores of the SNAP exam normalized for the three slots? So, this is a very hyped question. Anybody who would like to take up this?
Yeah, no, as already mentioned by Sanket, the scores are not normalized, but the SNAP authority makes sure that the level of difficulty of all the three sections, all the three attempts are as normalized as possible. So yeah, the LOD, the level of difficulty of the questions are normalized throughout all the three attempts.
Thank you, Druvang. As we know that you are all toppers now, the very basic question and the one question that comes into my mind also, and some aspirant also asked it, that what are the tips and tricks that you had followed? And I tell you, only tell me the tips and tricks that you had followed. Every one of you, please tell us the tricks you had followed to score such a good score.
Yeah, Anjali, I'll take up that question. See, it depends on person to person. Someone might be very good with English, but would end up doing very bad in logical reasoning. I personally would advise to first go through your mocks, give a healthy 3-4 mocks. You'll realize what percentage range you are currently playing with. With respect to that, you need to figure out all the main sections where you are not doing well. When you will figure that out, yeah, and practice on that, a 30-40 questions day in and day out practicing on that particular topic will start giving you an edge in the original mocks that you have been given, and then you can figure out what kind of a percentile you should aim for. So yeah, that is how I personally went on to scoring good score. Yeah, someone else would like to add up.
Yes,
And
and I
yes,
would
for
like,
some of that, okay.
Yeah, please.
so yeah. So I was saying, like Dhruvam mentioned, work on your strengths and see what are your weakness. To give as many as mocks you can give. Analyze them properly. See which topics are more favorable for you and which topics take most time, and just avoid that questions. So by this you have to build the strategy. And the best way, give as many mocks and build the strategy, then you will be able to do it.
That's great. Thank you, Devanshi. Thank you, Dhuvang. So now, aspirants, you must be knowing that there is no way out. You have to give the mocks. You have to see what are their strengths and what all are your weaknesses, and you have to work upon it. And simultaneously, we will get to know that what trick you can invent on your own for yourself. So moving on to the next question, which is a very basic question. That is, what is the minimum criteria of graduation? For a student to appear for the SNAP examination, is there any eligibility criteria?
Right, again, like I had mentioned previously, there is no cutoff score per se, because see what university you've been in, or what institutes that you've previously studied in, that, like, their competency levels and maybe whatever cities that you come from, that's very different, right? So you cannot really put a benchmark as to we'll cut off people from this score or whatsoever. Um, Point being that all of that is taken account during the GAPI round. So I don't think it should be your concern. As long as you have an eligible degree in hand, I think you're good to go.
Thank you, Varad. As I can already see a question again, that does a gap year matter? So no, it does not matter. It's all your preparation and your SNAP score. Moving on to the next question, which is, if we want to pursue MBA in marketing, which college we should be targeting in Symbiosis? Of course, SIIB, but we will take the score of panelists also. If you would like to take up this question, which college to target?
Yeah, I think I'll take that. Just come to SIB, I'd say. So I'm not saying this because I am from this institute. I think one of the core USPs of SIB is the fact that if any stream that you end up in, say marketing, finance, supply chain, agribusiness, sustainability management, anything that you study here happens with the lens of international business, right? So at the end of 2 years, you're really equipped to end up in domains of international business or conducting yourself in organizations for international business, right? That's an added element that you get here at SIP, which maybe other institutes will not be able to provide. Yeah.
Thank you, Varad. So one very important question that I can see by Kesni, if I'm not pronouncing it wrong. What about the placements? What is the placement scenario? And are WorkX candidates given more priority than the fresher ones? Plus, what is the ratio of WorkX with the freshers in one class? So there are three questions to it in one go. So any one of you who would like to take it up, you can also take it up, and three different people can take it. So yeah, what is the placement scenario first of all?
So yeah, I will take that question. So the placement scenario of the college is quite different. We have quite good recruiters like Wipro, Crisil, Accenture, Asian Paints, and many others. And what was your other question?
The other question is that if WorkX candidates are given more priority than the fresher candidates, and what is the ratio of WorkX candidates for freshers?
So no, it's not like the WorkX people will get the more priority than us, as I'm also a fresher, if not anyways looking like that WorkX people getting the opportunity, I'm not. We all are sitting equally for all the placement procedures. And yeah, according to WorkX and freshers ratio, it's almost, I think, 60-40 around the ratio which college follows.
That's great. Thank you, Devanshi, for your information. So next question is from Bhavya. That is, I have a gap year due to health problem. Can it create a problem if I have all the documents intact? And what is the suggestion? Should I apply? Should I not apply? So anybody of you would like to?
So no, a gap year would as already discussed, there would be no problem if you have a gap year. If you have for a particular reason, if there is a health problem, if you are able to justify it, say that have a health problem, that's why you took a gap year. So it's perfectly fine. You are 100% eligible for the examination. And please do give the exam.
Thank you so much, Sneha. So moving on to the next question, do class 10th and 12th marks matter? So do they matter?
Yeah, they do matter because when you give the snap and then when you give GPA, so the academic profile will also matter. So there is a concept called academic profiling, which will be done by the SIB, and then there will be a weighted average between your academics as well as your GPA score and your snap score. So yeah, 10th and 12th do matter.
Thank you, Sanket. So yes, 10th and 12th marks do matter. This is very important for your overall profile. So yes, moving on to the next question. How many seats are there in IB? So if anyone can also explain the seats for sustainability management and agribusiness, that would be great.
Okay, so there are 120 seats in IB and 60 seats in AB program and 30 seats in sustainability management program.
Thank you so much, Sanket. So next question is like, why did you choose SNAP exam over other exams? Why SNAP? Why? Anybody of you?
See, it's a very conscious choice. If you see Symbiosis International as a tag is extremely great. Not just pan India but international as well. Recently, we have also opened a new institution in Dubai as well. And talking personally about the institutions, right from SIBM Pune to SCMHRD to SIIB Pune, followed by SIMS and many other institutions, it's extremely uh, there are extremely great number of institutions there. So yeah, definitely SNAP becomes a very important, yeah, very important exam to pursue it.
So basically, the crux is for you to choose a SNAP exam. It's a very student-friendly exam, and Symbiosis is calling you guys. So please give this exam. There is no question to be asked. There is 0.25 of negative marking. Only 1 hour exam is there. You get 3 slots to appear for the exam. All these factors should be enough for you to appear for the exam at first place. So yes, everyone who is aspiring for MBA Institute must give the SNAP exam, as I can take the points from Dhuvang's points. So moving on to the next question, does SIB have reservation for defense children? So are there any reservations? What is the procedure? Anybody of you, if you can take it up.
Yeah, so SIB do have reservation for defense children, but you should check with admissions team. And go check on the site of SIIB and relevant info you will get there.
Okay, Sanket, thank you for giving this happy news that we do have reservations, and you can check the same with our team and also on our website for more information. So, moving on to the next question, that is from Shraddha. That what are the last moment important quant topics to be highlighted? Oh my God, I think quants is a very difficult section for most of the people. So, some important topics about quants, if somebody else would like to take up on this question.
Like earlier mentioned, you should focus on arithmetic. So revise arithmetic and algebra. These two are the basic topics, and it's going to come. And I think other than other exams, SNAP consider clocks and calendars questions as well. So it's obviously that these questions are going to appear. So kindly focus on clocks and calendars, arithmetic and algebra, and revise the formulas as much as you can.
So well said, Devanshi. Guys, you got a very particular question, so please prepare it and go. Now, the next question is coming from Rohit. I think the question is not very clear. It's about how do I access my percentile. So I think he's asking about how the results come and how it is calculated for the final call. So if anyone of you would like to take it up.
From what I can remember is that the portal where you apply for the SNAP exam, that's where the results are declared. But please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, there is a portal where you need to enter all your details and then you can see your Snap scorecard. So yes, moving on to safe. What is the safe cutoff for general mail? So ये एक तो बड़ी कहानी है यहाँ पे. What is the general cutoff for mail with a management degree already? So anybody of you would like to take up and also tell us if there is any different cutoff for GEM, which is a very relevant question for the people who are general engineer males.
So yeah, I'll take up that question. I am a GEM engineer male. So yeah, as we have already been talked about this, there is no specific cutoff for any specific individual at SIB. It all depends on the amount of students and the level of difficulty for that particular level. So my advice would be to score well, to prepare well. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ruvang. Thank you so much. I think general engineer males should be feeling a bit relieved after this answer. So, next question is from Varshini. She is asking, what is the marks out of 60 that needs to be obtained to get a percentile above 90? So kindly, anyone, if you can take up this question.
Yeah,
Yes.
as already answered, it totally depends on the number of candidates that have already appeared for the exam and the level of difficulty. So as of now, the data that you will get on internet is either historical data or the speculative ones. So ignore that as of now. Just give your exam and everything will fall in place in future.
All right, Sanket. Thank you so much. So next question is, can you guide us about the interview process? Very important question in place. So I would like to request you guys to take up this. Thank you.
Yeah, so I mean, I can take that one. So for the GEPI round, so as the name itself suggests, you have your interview and a group discussion. For the group discussion, I would say keep up with the current trends and the recent news and general, the static general knowledge part. Just keep up with those things and just speak well. Make sure you speak at least a couple of times. It's quite well moderated, so everybody gets a chance. But be confident. Try and state facts and figures. So basically, you just have to try and show that you're a well-informed person and has an opinion on things and things of that nature. So just be yourself and speak confidently is what I'd say for a group discussion. As for personal interview, be very thorough with your uh, history. That is your work experience or the subjects that you've studied in your college, the projects you have done, the certificates that you have, right? Things like that. Apart from that, for whatever specialization that you're applying within SIIB, try and have some knowledge about that because I personally was asked a few questions on those lines. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Varad. I can see a lot of repetitive questions, but we are running out of time. So, thank you all for joining in, all the toppers, all the viewers. Thank you all. You made our day, and thank you for engaging in such a insightful discussion, I would say. And we hope that our conversation has provided valuable perspectives and sparked new ideas among our young aspirants overall. And a big thanks to our panelists for their contribution and to our viewers for tuning in, of course. And for any admissions related query, you can absolutely reach out to us at admissions.siib.ac.in. And for regular updates, do follow us on Instagram, guys. Yes, you can also use Instagram for following SIIB, wherein you get Monday, Wednesday, and Friday posts where you get questions that are related and very close to SNAP examination. So do connect with us there. Do connect with us on LinkedIn and Facebook as well. Thank you. Thank you for being patient listeners, and have a great day ahead. All the best to all of you. All the best. Thank you.